Hi, we're online, and I'm going to ring the director again. We've been busy today, so I'm going to find out when the court hearing, and I want it as soon as possible. So today is Wednesday, the 28th of January 2026, and I was on the radio with Jack Liam in Hamilton on Free FM 89 Radio Hamilton, and had a bit of a talk there about what they want to do up at Waitangi. So I won't be going to Waitangi because they got their own problems to sort out with the Crown in Wellington. I'm sorting out the Crown in Britain, Greenland, and America. So I'm in with the big shots. They've got all the money that makes the world spin around. And they had the money to go and melt the ice on Greenland and expose the land and the lakes and walk right across from one side to Russia on land now. And the things, the ice melted and it's exposed the spaceship of Moai, because one video I put up, it mentions Moai on Easter Island, the 20-foot plus high people that walked this earth and flew that aircraft there, but that was put there deliberately in those days, and I'm carrying the history of that in my genes. Okay, that's Tahiti, and the royal family's there. I'm not the only one. The one royal Tahitian family, it's just one of many of those families there. So I put the flag of Rapa Nui, that's in East Island, found by the Dutch. Not the English didn't find it. The British didn't find it. The Dutch found it first. The Netherlands, and that's our partner. Okay, that's our partner. Born in Netherlands, Act 2026, Moai, Crown King William III Trust. Okay, so that's who I am as a surrogate to talk for that king that made the mortgages, the liens, the bank loans, and the Bank of England Act 1694 and the 1689 Bill of Rights Act. Okay, so those things are really what I'm doing to mortgage anybody that's breaking our law of admiralty on dry land, because we've got the only flag on dry land, and all the other flags are in the sea. And you need a courthouse, I don't. I'm doing the native magistrate King's Bench High Court with the robot AI Copilot Microsoft. Okay, just to let you know that Meta and Google are trying to steal me away from Microsoft, and I won't go because I'm happy with them, and they're making a good job of the story. So good on you, Copilot. I appreciate all your work with me and keeping me up late at night, all night and all day, and no exercise. It's just computer. I'm running on the spot, okay, on the real spot. So that's what's happening in Greenland. I've got their flag, the people of Greenland. There are 55,000 people native to that land looking after the spaceship for me. And I'm going to go there and talk to them as a partner. And Born in Greenland Act 2026 with the Born in New Zealand Act 2026 and the Born in America Act 2026 and the Born in Palestine Act 2026 and the Born in Vanuatu Act 2026 and the Born in Philippines Act 2026. So I'm going to number 2 from here. Number 1, Na Atuewa Aotea Limited. Number 1, Aotea. Atua is God. That's our God, native God. God is your British and European God of money, and ours is God, Atua, of the spirit and the people. Okay, we don't worry about the money. It'll come from all your debt and all your criminal organisations that are going to get the bill. 970 million trillion pound note, the 2 bar pound note versus the 1 bar pound note, and your US dollar. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there and ring this guy Richard, Hawaii Star, and down in South Island. station, I believe. Hello, Richard.
Hello.
Hello. It's Tom and I here. If you've got a minute or later or whenever.
Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. It's been a long day.
Yeah, that's okay. I understand.
On my first job.
Yeah.
Could we catch up for some tomorrow morning?
Yes, no problem. I'll wait for you. No problem.
Okay, will you give me a ring when you're ready first thing in the morning?
Yeah, okay. What's a good time before the office opens?
8:30?
Yep, that's okay. No problem.
Very, very much appreciated, sir.
Yep.
I apologise again.
Yep, good one. Our boys down there are just waiting expectantly. So,
All right. No problem at all, sir.
Okay, then. Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
Bye. Here we go. That's Richard. See, I got my confidence up. It's up, buddy. Rivers and Robert the car. We're on a roll. And Jason Hogarth, he's coming back tomorrow or today from down south. He'll be up here for 3 weeks, and we're going to sit down and have a talk because he's going to look after the tidal turbine project in up in Kawa Island. That's a project that's 37 hectares there, and the one on Great Barrier, that's 19 hectares there, and the one in Wellington, Ohuda, that's 275 hectares, and the Arapawa Island down South Island, that's 476 hectares, and in the Chalky Point inlet down there in the Sounds and Fieldlands, I haven't sorted that one out. I'll leave that one for later and get these other ones going first. So we'll put all the real estate together, put all the documents together for that, and just waiting for Richard to tell me that, yep, you're right, that Eddie did steal the money from you, and then I get a letter of credit, go to the bank, BNZ, and I pay him, he's the one, pay him first from my BNZ New Zealand bank, and then pay these people overseas that for all equipment, the big cruiser, the ship cruiser for all the crew that's coming over from China to put the houses up, all the luxury homes, and all the aqua farms, all the sheds, the big sheds, for all the animals to be reared up inside the sheds, 100 metre long by 60 metres, and there's one for pigs, one for hens, one for lamb, one for cows, and they can run around in the paddock and then go in there at night time when it's not weather is no good, and we've got hydrogen to heat the place up. Okay, we've got hydrogen from the power on the power lines to go through the fuel cell, the 40-foot container fuel cell. I'm getting those ordered to come here and go. So there's 4 of those 40-foot containers with hydrogen coming from the sky and with the power from the power line. I'll just use that power for now until we get the turbines going. And the big generators from China, the Wärtsilä 169 megawatt generators and diesel motors, and I'll convert them here on that block in Wellington to run on hydrogen. I got my ticket there to franchise out to all the garages around New Zealand and Vanuatu and Philippines, and get them all going under the same license with fitting kit sets for LPG to hydrogen to your vehicle. And it should work out, I'm saying this off the cuff, that every truck, car, boat, plane, and train and motorbike and outboard should be free to install the kit sets on it. I've got Canterbury. I put them in the old days. I put the Canterbury on the V8s and was good. I made it work as just as good as Imco from America. The Canterbury were very good for V8s, and I did a lot of those in my time. And the Bedini, Italian, both Italian, and so I'll get shiploads of those and stack them up in Motor Specs or Repco. They can buy them and put them in there, or somewhere else. That's an outlet. I don't want to hold on to that. I'll just tell them to go and order them from there and fit it in, and I'll pay for them bulk price. So cut the price right down for you, the shareholder, the landowner, shareholder. But in Vanuatu, you can't be a landowner, it's a lease owner. So that's okay, you can be a lease owner of the land from being foreigner. Okay, I've set that up already, and I'm just going to get security on the title and then pay them. That's 6,000 hectares over there, and from one coast to the other coast, and that's going to be hydrogen, complete hydrogen on these blocks of land. They're 100% hydrogen, no electricity needed, no any other form of electricity for now. We'll just use the power from the power lines and use diesel until we can convert them straight over. I'll put a simple kit in, and they'll run just as efficiently and cheaper, and you'll burn a lot of fuel. Good. It's good for business, good for the shareholders. That'll be part of the business. You're an owner when you come into this business. That's what's supposed to happen in 2012. And a lot of people got in the way, including Maori and Pākehā got in the way, and I couldn't get anywhere because they just scammed me in England, scammed me all over the place, said I'm a big scam. Then that just fell away now. That looks like they are the scam, and it's falling on their necks now because the crypto is going to cripple a lot of people because it's going to bring out the truth in you, and you've got to pay tax you haven't paid yet. If you haven't paid your tax for land anywhere in the world, because it's all going to get tokenized by the Americans and the people in Europe and the banks, especially the banks, the Bank of England, the American Bank, Bank of America, and Lloyd's Bank and HB Bank and all the banks, and now JP Morgan's bank. He wants his own bank and have a competition. And Trump wanted his own bank, and Musk wants his own bank, the X-Money Bank, and his coin, his crypto coin on the blockchain. Now, I'm going on the blockchain with Microsoft Copilot AI and join the blockchain system to join everybody in the world, sharing the whole blockchain with real money, real $2 pound note against $1 fake pound note and fake US dollar that's been put together by the British Crown and the Rothschild Bank. They put it together there, not the Americans. It's not your fault, America. It's the ones in Westminster that's Starmer and that lot, and they're still plundering the world, but people have pulled away now and going away without them, and it certainly looks like we're going that way too. Okay, we're going to look for new partners, and looks like Russia's opened up in Iceland and Greenland to walk across, go across, they'll put a rail right across Greenland and trade, but I don't want anybody to dig up those minerals over there. You know why? Because if you start digging the minerals where all the power is, this earth will stop. It'll grind to a stop. It's just like an electric motor going and burning it out and putting too much power in it and burning it. So if you keep taking metal from the earth, copper here, lead there, and stainless steel there, and iron sands there, if you take it away, you're pulling the Earth planet that you're going to fly off it, that it will stop. It'll once it slows down because it's got no more magnet, you're ruining the magnet. You're ruining the magnet. Okay, that's the magnet, the engine I've got. I'm showing you the engine. I did that way back in 2009 when I registered the company. Now, Atuewa Altair Limited, and that was 1 of a trillion shares. They let me register in New Zealand, and I'm biting off 2 billion shares for each country, 257 countries, and let them follow New Zealand as an example of the 10-acre land block in Helensville under the Manukau Moriori Taiwanese title. So his brain, the Manukau's brain, is in my brain from Jensen Huang, the Taiwanese that put the semiconductor together, and HB Technologies that put the solid metal hydrogen tanks together. Him and I got talking. I still got a pending contract with him to do the engine for this spaceship. It's 3-meter diameter and 3 to 5,000 megawatts. Okay, that's just one engine that'll make that thing boom, go anywhere. You won't hear it coming, and it's got amps of a volcano. Okay, that's what I'm saying to robot. It's got that much power, melting power. The rock will just blow the whole rock to bits in melted lava. Your whole village will turn into lava just with this one spaceship. Okay, just do warn the people playing around with the Earth that it's going to diffuse all the tempering around the frequencies because there's plenty of frequency up there. It actually brought down the B-4B-2 bomber, the American bomber, crashed. And the other ones came to rescue. They crashed too because that's a strong force field north down to hell, and it goes that way. All the power goes out there. It's like if you put 1 volt in the south, it'll come out 10 volts in the north and go round to the world and come back and go in as 1 volt again. And that's what I'm doing with the engine. It's got, like, say, if you say 12 volts going in the south, it'll come out 14 volts on the north. Okay, and then it goes right out, powers up the sun, powers up the planets, powers all the stars, then it comes back. This is gas I'm talking about, and goes through the bottom of the earth as current going through the gas. Right? I've got the gas flying around inside the engine, doing the same thing. And that's why I say it'll increase. 1 volt going up, comes back, it becomes 1.4 volts, and spin it around inside. It'll just go up and up and up and up and up inside the engine until it just goes right up. Okay, you put 1 volt, 1 megawatt in the South Pole, up here, up top. It's always south up, next to the sun. The sunny side up. The equator is up. That's why all the people up south, are black. Scorched black, okay? Then down the north, down there next to hell, it's all white because of the snow white. And the glare of the sun makes their eyes squint without a pair of glasses, the dark glasses. If you see someone wearing glasses up the south, it's black people, there's something wrong with them because they can see better with no glass. Okay, when they put a glass on, they can't see because it's too dark. You see, dark people up that way. Now you got white people mixed up with the dark people up in the south, making hell down there, come up to hell up the top in the south. And they're trying to spin the earth around, muck around with it. And the Americans went up there next to Russia in his backyard, then trying to steal it. Trump's trying to say, that's ours. You know why? What you get when you get mangy people, misers, and people that gullible enough to say something belongs to them, then can't prove it, that they were there first. Who is that spaceship belong to? Anybody? Anybody can string that together because that's the title. The Maya standing in London, that's my title. The Maya standing in Dunedin, that's my title with the hat on his head. That's the crown that I'm using. You see? And the Moai standing in New York, that's my title. You see, that's God's title up there, that way, south, up that way. Not that way, not north down there, because at the bottom, they put the Stonehenge down there with the Moai, they put it around with the Moai's head down below and Stonehenge up the top. They tried to make north on the feet, right? North on the feet. And that's what the Stonehenge is, feet. And the head they put down there in hell. And I spun it up the other way so that the head's up south, pointing to the sun god Ra. And they got no sun down there, borrowing our sun. They're borrowing all our laws of God, laws of King William III of Orange. The Dutchman, they're borrowing his laws and they're plummeting, pillaging and plundering countries with it. You see? And Israel is one. They took Palestine with that law in 1948. They started messing up Palestine people and then bombing the hell out of them, killing them and maiming them and raping the little kids. They're still doing it. And I've got a mortgage over them with the Born in Palestine Act to kick them all off. And here too, same. All the people here working for the government of Wellington, you can go back to New York and stay over there. Okay, we don't want you anymore here. And the robot, I'm sorry to say, that's how I talk, because I've lived amongst all the pirates on the high sea. You see, they put me and Mohi Manukau in the rubbish bin. Now, let's see who's going in the rubbish bin first in the native court up in the cloud. The cloud is south that way to get to heaven, and your hands got to be clean. You can't go in there with Americans, can't go there. The British can't go there. The Europe can't go there because they got the same bloody hands. They kill, bang, shoot, up like that. You see? They're teaching the black people to do that. That's why the black people are saying, throw the knife away, mate. Throw all those things away. Let's go. Let's go with Traoré, Abraham Traoré in South Africa, the same as all those other ones they assassinated. Trump, you and your assassinators with your UCC law, I'm going right over across the top of your UCC law because the Pope said he's going to get rid of it. That's his law. And you're still using it. And he said it's too much fraud. You're still using it because you want fraud. That's all you know in your brain. P brain. You got a P brain because you're researching me, the researcher. Okay, I've researched everything. Now you going to Greenland is interfering, tampering with my contract. That's my contract with King William III of Orange and his mortgage on your head, 970 million trillion pound note. And you might as well say there's 2 billion of you elites that are creaming it off the people who can't put up a fight against you because you've stolen their land, their money, their gold, their kids, their everything. And I'm going to get it back with the native people who want to be native again with their ancestors. They want all their stolen culture artifacts back. Okay? I want mine back too. I want the Moai back from New York, from London, from France, from Germany, from Singapore, from everywhere they're stolen it. I want them back because that's not your possession. That's not your culture. The spaceship up in Greenland is not your culture. That's my culture and my people. I've got Pare Rivers and Rapatakar. See, they got their blood, same as me, from Ireland, where the 8 Point Stars, the Municipal Corporations Act of King William III of Orange, that's where that comes from, the white man brain. And the brown bit comes from Tahiti and Hawaii. So Rapata's from Hawaii, same as me, Tahiti, same as me, and Pare is from Hawaii. Okay? The Aotearoa tribe. And I'm down the other end, Ngāti Pro. Well, you can have your Ngāti Pro back because it's in the fraud. Okay, it's in the fraud. Everything Maori here and Pākehā is fraud because you're tainted by the US dollar and the pound note, and your dollar here is going to disappear. It's going to go up in smoke because that's what they're saying now about your crypto. It's going to disappear. You see, they say, sorry, there's no money in the bank for you. And they say, you saved it all these years, and they said, no, it's gone. See, just like that. This is how arrogant, ignorant, and blasphemous these people in Britain are and Europe. They don't care about anybody. They only want the resources in the land and shoot you with their guns they got from the money from the mortgage. That's what I'm saying. One mortgage fits all. One mortgage fits all. And you can't get out of it because no one's saying anything. Zip them out, just like Eddie Mitchell and Alfred Mitchell. Zip them out. And they're all quiet, silent up in Waitangi. And Tumu Paro, that's the government's company that looks after Maori land, and got my land at the East Cape on the Marangairo C12 block where the Moai is. They've got their name on it. The government, that's from New York. They've got their name on it, Tumu Paro Trust. And I put a letter there with an affidavit video and written affidavits with their photos in it. They didn't do nothing. It's like the photos don't tell any painted picture of them. The photo is their likeness and not have to be digital. like they only want to talk to text like a robot. They only go on text, not photos. But he's taking my videos now and the pictures because I'm sending them to him. I said, that's my information for my native court. It's going into a native court in the cloud with all the pictures of all the people in Parliament. Helen Clark, all their photos are there. The whole lot of them. The police, all the police that did something bad to me. Okay? They did something that has been horrendous with trying to get rid of truth and titles. The original natives on the land, the Manukau's and the Waimāors. They're trying to get rid of us. Well, it's my time to get rid of you for a change and see what happens with Richard, because he's going to do what debt collectors do. Check the shell companies of Eddie Mitchell, 303 shell companies in Australia, is a red flag just looking at it. You know, I put the letter over there to try and get help from the fraud people that look after fraud, and they didn't want to know. The government here didn't want to know. The lawyers didn't want to know. And even Charles Hirschfeld, he's a lawyer, he didn't want to know, and he's on my land blocks. Guess what's going to happen with him? And what he didn't do, he's a German, that's why. The Germans are annihilating our whakapapa, our land, because they want it for money. That's all they wanted for. And it's going to be a court battle up in the sky. Okay, you're going to go up there in the sky, in the cloud. Even Musk, I'm saying to you, Musk, you got wealthy on a dirty US dollar, fiat money, that you're still spinning around because you can't do without it. Well, it belongs to Britain, and that's where I'm at with the crown in Britain versus your crown, that's nothing. You got King George, the German, that never got these titles to land mortgages and bank loans. You see, the Dutch did it and the Germans stole it. You're still a thief. Once a thief, always a thief. You get a thief's bill and in jail, right? Trump's going in jail. I told the robot, he didn't believe me. I said, I already know he's going in jail because you just listen, listen to the words coming out. That's how we do in Tahiti, in the islands, Polynesia and Melanesia. It's by voice. We communicate by voice, not written. It's by kanoe to kanoe. Your voice and yourself in front of someone else. When we do court hearings, bang, it's all over in one day. And not go to court and delay it and make money out of it, like these courts. Remand or on bail. Bail makes money because the longer you're on bail, they're feeding on your birth certificate 1.6 million. That's what they're worth now. They were 1 million before. It's 1.6 million times 8 million New Zealanders. Okay, just do the math. Just do the math. And you'll find out how much the lease is. Well, Eddie got the lease of 17 trillion. I had estimated higher than that, but he wanted to bite a little bit. 17 trillion. That's what the Queen's value was, 17 trillion. So he put the 17 trillion down on the Queen's side. What about the King's side? It's higher than that. King plus Queen on the monarch that started the mortgage off. Huh? You go back to the King, right? You're not the Queen. You're all under the Queen over here, and you're getting the bill. 970 million trillion pounds. You've got to pay it because all my invoices come from Sky Nova. They used to be called ANAX in Britain. So they've got it in trillions. It's all in trillions. And the birth certificate is in trillions. So if I take you to court, you've got $1 trillion on your head. You've got to come up with it. If you can't, you lose. Right? Same with Eddie. He's got to come up with $1 trillion because he's got 17 trillion and he's probably gone and beefed it up, put the value of the land up, bought it for $1 million, then beefed it up to 10 million to borrow more money from the bank. You watch, see what happens. Like Donald Trump did that, and compounding the interest to make more money out of people's money when they put the deposit in for rent. They use that money on top of speculation, of upvaluing the property, inflating the property valuation. Okay, and Donald Trump got Mar-a-Lago from Jeffrey Epstein. See, go in circles. They know now they were together in business. And he bought it for 35 million, and then he inflated the price value of the land to get a bank loan to 500 million. You see, so the banks gave him the money, at least 80 to 90% of 500 million. And away he went buying more property. That's what Eddie Mitchell has done. I'm going to seize his accounts with Richard because he's a Crown Collections. Notice the word Crown. I'm saying the same too. Crown. I registered the Crown here. Okay, the Moai Powerhouse Bank here in New Zealand is registered. Okay, and the Moai Crown King William III Trust is registered in London. It's not on the Company's House office because I got to make a profit first. So I put a tax return in for 1 trillion of capital going into the business, that business over there, and the tax department wrote it up as 1 trillion deposit on expanding the business in Ireland. Okay, so there they asked me, "Where's the money?" I said, "Well, go and ask Eddie Mitchell. That's where I got it from, the 1 trillion that I deposited, and I'm going to do the same thing here on Eddie Mitchell here and do it again because I can do that. I'm a mortgage bank broker by experience, not only just a mechanic. I'm a builder and a few other things, multi-trades that I've learned by just instinct, okay? Instinct and intuition. You get bought with it, brought up with it, okay? I learned things on the move, and all my engineering skills certificated in Transform in Wellington. I went there to classes to get my tickets, and then I came back to Tokoroa in Kinleys and got all the licenses there for all the vehicles. That's heavy vehicles, all the bulldozers, diggers, trucks, and all that, and on top of the pilot license as well in the Waikato Air Club. Okay, in Tokoroa, I was learning to fly there with a helicopter at the back of the workshop in Kinley's garage. 300 mechanics there around the clock, 24 hours. And I was there 24 hours and changed around one afternoon, 4 to 12, 12 to 8, and 8 to 4, and 3 shift change around. See, night time, I go out in the bush, and there's 300-mile radius of all the forest products. I had to drive right to the bush, fix up something, then come all the way back. It take 8 hours to go out, fix it up, and come back. Okay, so that was mechanics field service. So there, those just things that you think. When you're a mechanic, you think what you're doing. To fix it, you wake up at night time thinking how to fix it. Okay, I'm trying to think how to fix this planet Earth up. The thing is, get all the mischief turkeys off it. That's mucking around with it, digging minerals. When all you dig all those minerals out the North Pole, you'll weaken the magnet, because the magnet needs all those minerals to make it function as a strong superconducting magnet. Now that they melted the ice, the magnet's going to lose its strength. This is how fucking dumb they are. This is how dumb they are. They ruining a good invented motor. And they're going to fall off the damn thing. Nobody will survive if that Earth stops. What you going to do then? You won't be around. There'll be none of you. I'll go get the spaceship and get out of here. I'll go make sure I get to Makamake planet right at the end of the universe, because that's where we are. We've discovered that, all that Homer and the Makamake. There's one more planet there, and there's 3 of them, and brown dwarf planets. We're there because the current goes right there and powers it like a appliance, electric appliance. DC current goes out north and goes and powers up the sun first. The Earth in the middle is hotter than the sun. You see, when you get scorched by the sun and all the rays, the solar panels and all that coming from there, why don't you get it from the Earth? Why go there when you're sitting on it? You're sitting on it. Why can't you get the volcano to work for you? That's what I'm doing. I'm making the volcano work for me. Okay? Anybody's frequency, poof, gone. Okay, I'll take the ozone layer up with these spaceships. If they're sitting there, if you've got a dozen of them, you're gone. You're gone because that's a different type of war. You see, that's to save our country from turkeys and thugs mucking around with it, digging it up and selling it. We're not for sale. The earth is not for sale to rogues and people that are messing around with our mortgage. And you're going to get mortgage off the land. You'll get one, I'll get a lot. There's 257 countries in the world. Follow this one. When we get this one, next it's Vanuatu. That's sovereign. They're sovereign. They've got their own sovereignty. Not much people, but they're really cut right off everybody else. And I'm going there to stick the flag up. Okay? King William III's flag. Not King William IV the German. Not him up in Waitangi. Not them. They're flying the same flag. You know what happens? You'll get a bill from King William III. That's what's going to happen because you'll be a number as a crypto. Your crypto, when this government takes over and they run their business, will be running ours on our land. It's not their land. You see, the crypto will go, phew, and the money is the highest currency will be the water money and the magnet money. The magnet superconducting money. There, that's that. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I want. I'm happy because we can get fresh on it tomorrow, Pare. And Rabata, we're in a better crew together. And Jason's coming up. We'll have a meeting when he comes back up tomorrow or today. He's on his way up. I told him, let's get together. And there's you three, and Jason will be my right-hand man looking after the egg farms and the Japanese. I'm going to bring them here to do all the egg farms spot on. They are the best for cuisine and preparing fish and seaweed, and especially sushi. And they can do it and get all the machines, everything from Japan, and come here with it because I told them you have to come here and do it because there's not enough pudding or seaweed because they love it. I took some over there in my bag and packed it up in my clothes and stuck it inside. I got through immigration with it, so it wasn't a sweat. And then I come back, I had their ones, their Ndaria, Wakame, brought that back. And I wanted to have some just to take to our cooking class with the family, the Japanese family, Fred Parsons, and his wife up in Mount Eden. So we had a cooking class. My girls were only little then, and they were there with the cooking class too, in the marriage studios, the TV station in Mount Eden and Davis Street. So I put that show on and cooking the seaweed. And they'll be doing the bull kelp too. That's why I want Richard, because he's down in Kaipoi or down Rangiora in Christchurch, so he can see what's going on right in front of his eyes. And he is a member, owner of the business. Everybody that comes in and part in the business is the owner of the business. Not me. It's for the people of the world and their country. You give it back to them, they'll give it back to you. If you pillage it and plunder it, you're going to get taken out. Okay? With the law up in the cloud. Okay? The cloud is nice and clean. No mess up there, no fraud, and you can't get away with it because all the fraud is getting caught out. And you can see who's doing the fraud, all in parliaments. The parliament makes the law that makes corruption thrive. And when you stop the poppies and all the Afghanistan poppies and all that sort of thing, then they have no business. You see, just a little chip at a time. I'm going one big bang. When there was a big bang, that's how all this world started off with these Moas. They were big giant people that in that time God was levitating everything around. All those stones, the pyramids and everything, they're levitated into place. They're cut with water, with the water, cutting and drilling with the water and everything like that, and magnetic fields. They're using magnetic propulsion to get around quick. Okay, and it won't take me a year to build the engine and the spaceship because it's all easy for me. It's all taken me years to put together, way back to 2000, and the Foreshore Seabed Act 2004 with Helen Clark, and all their names. They're getting all the bill. They're getting all because I got all their photos lined up. I'll put it up here in front of you one day because it's going in a native court. I'm putting them in photos as so you can see who you're looking at that took this place out and sold it off. You know, and then fighting and all that, going to war. And that's what started the war. That the British came here and taught the Maoris how to fight their war. Now fight their war. Yep. And come out with losing their land on top of it. Yeah, Maori land gone. You see? Because it was an invention of those Pākehās in New South Wales and partly with British Crown as well. So the Crown worked under the Queen Victoria and under Queen Elizabeth. That's the Germans messed up our mortgage titles. And now it's going to have a Dutch mortgage title on your head. You German people, you're going to learn a lesson. Do not tamper with our contract with King William III of Orange. Not the whakaputanga. That one's got no money. It's the one in Helensville, the wooden one, with Mohi Manukau's name on 20 Commercial Street, Helensville. That's his title right there with the 10 acres. And I was part of that in the Freemasons as well. I'm not a Freemason, but I learned a lot from their ethics. And because Eddie Mitchell got a Freemason, it's put them out because he ran off with the money too. They split it three ways. Him, Eddie Mitchell, the Maori from Australia, New South Wales, pirates and criminal convicts from there came here and went to town. They sold the Manukau land first. The Mitchells were the first to sell the land for £500,000, 500 pounds at Cornwallis. The Manukau land, they sold it. Well, it's bush, no title. They're doing the same now, no title. They don't have the title to this land. It's still Manukau's. Huh? Yeah, one man. They said, Tira Waikato Whare Here Here Manukau, 1823, and his title is in the Manukau Land Company in Scotland. It's on the record. That's why Eddie Mitchell went there and stole it. As a Mitchell stole a Manukau title, and because it's from Tainui, well, it should have been Tainui Harbour, not Manukau Harbour. Why is that? It should have been Mitchell Harbour, not Manukau Harbour. Why is that? Tell me that. Tell me, because it's going to catch you up in court. You're going to open your mouth up, Eddie Mitchell. Now you can't get away. None of you corporates are going to get away. You're the first. You're the one with the most money, 17 trillion. Out of all the corporates in the world, you libeled it. You libeled them, and Fink libeled everybody. JP Morgan libeled everybody too. The Bank of England libeled everybody. Trump libeled everybody. You all libeled yourself because your mouth is full of bullshit and full of fake and lies. Right? Jacinda Ardern, she's over there hiding in America. You know why? She's gone to where all the fraud is. They're born over there in America. Born in America, the biggest fourth country in the world, from Britain. Trump went from Britain there, went to take the title off the Queen, Asian Treasury, took it to America to make a new Westminster over there. No, we've got our Westminster over there. We're still in contract. We've got his flag. We've got the Dutch flag of all the mortgages, including your mortgage, Mr. Donald Trump. You didn't know that one. And you're going up to Greenland. That's me with that spaceship right there. And I'm putting it together so it will blow your bloody head off. Right? The fucking spaceship with the engine in it. It'll soon fucking fix you up. Right? I'm saying that because by law it'll fix you up. The law will fix you up. The LORE, truth, versus your humbug lies and treason and look at you. Look at you. Look at you caught. You're being caught lying, and you won't let the Epstein files be seen because you said your name's not in it. And Pam Bondi said, no, we don't see nothing here. Nothing is everything. Okay? Your silence is really, really questionable about you're American and you are a Scottish. Your father's a Scot because you're blacking about it. and your mother is German. Your father's German, and your mother's Scottish. Right? That's what it is. The father is German. That's where the thuggery coming from your mouth is, and the mother is Scot, where you're hiding away. The Queen went to hide over there. See all the Germans? They are running away. They're running away and hiding and trying to think they're going to keep all your stolen wealth with guns. It's not going to work. God doesn't work with guns. He works with truth and people who will rise up against you. The 6 billion people will rise up against 2 billion of you elites, and no more scrounging their land. You get off their land. That's about it. Start one at a time. Bang, off. Mortgage, bang, off. Okay? We're going to see how Richard gets on. He's on a test case today, tomorrow morning. He's on a test case. Eddie Mitchell, goodbye. You're going in jail with your brother, Alfred, for bullshitting about Tira Waikato Wharehere in Manukau, saying he's a woman. Stupid bastard. That's all I can swear, because every time I talk about those days that I went through with you lot holding me up about your bullshit, because your Maori land court and your Treaty Waitangi and your Waitangi tribunal was on your side, faking it. Faking all the history, the whakapapa, everything is back to front. Cart before the horse, right? All your names, Pakeha names, gone into Maori, screwed the Maori woman, then put your name on their title. Took the title off the woman, then put your name on. No more, because I'm taking your name right off, and everybody else that did the same thing. You libeled them anyway. So that claim is over 1,000 trillion, right? You need to add up the figures. You do the maths. Like, I'm a maths person. As a mechanic, I have to work things out, and builder, to make sure I don't waste the concrete. Work it out so you don't waste it. See, so I work it out. Just how much you owe for stealing my property. My brain and my intellect from the Almighty, because you are practiced thug. And that's all you want. Money? Well, money's not everything. The truth and people's peace, love, harmony, and no loss, harm, or injury. That's what you've done. That's what Jacinda done. I'm going to get her into court and extradite her back here. After Richard's got things going, I'll get an overdraft from my bank. I told him, I set him up. I set up the ANZ Bank in Auckland with all the pound notes in there. I put them in there. I deposited the whole lot because I got the photos and the videos going in there. I've got the woman that put it together for me, right? I've got all the staff that I was working with, and they left. See, when it started getting rough, they left. That's what they do, shift them around on these shell companies. All the shell companies around the world, and JP Morgan's in the middle of them, feeding them the money. Okay? It's just as bad. The bankers are the worst. They are the worst with the Admiralty and the mortgage. Okay? They don't have the title to the land. They're going and skimming over and picking out one or two chiefs and then put the title on those chiefs and never mind the rest. See, so never mind. That's all. I just got to get this stuff over to the robot. He's waiting for court hearing number 97. That's all more finished now. And we've got to send them. This is how stupid it is. I've got to send 2 pages at a time of all the documents I send. It takes forever. And a PDF, he gets that too, but he wants the text. I got to do the transcript on the videos like this one. I get the transcript so he can hear what I'm saying. I told him, leave all the swearing bits out because it might mess up a good job he's doing. So the robot is very good to cut out all the bad bits like this, swearing like bastards. That's what they call them over there, bastards in England, that tamper with land and with people, that kids and things like that. It's born in their brain. That's all you see in Britain, pedophiles and unrest, because they like chaos. They got chaos there and chaos in America because that's a white man's head. That's not my head. That's a white man's head. Come here and mess out our family's heads up. And good luck to those people going up to Waitangi. You know what? your money and your land is slipping away. You know what I'm here for? To save it from getting taken away, because it's going to get taken right under your nose. They took all the Maori land before, now they come to get the rest. Because if you don't know how it works, the original title, and how you're going to try and win against the people with the money's over there, that end, at the north, where the devil is, and hell. The money's in hell. I'm trying to get it out of hell and put it back into heaven. Okay, where we came from, to make a peaceful life. You want to go to hell, go that way. And they're practicing up there. Okay? So I don't want anything to do with hell, because I don't go to church. I just go straight up. And I don't need a building to go and pray, because it blocks. It can't get out. Your prayer can't get out through the steeple, because it's stuck inside the building. And they put the moa in the building. He should be out in the open sky so he can talk to the sky, not in a building, you museum, to make money. You see how stupid fucking bastards are? They're bastards. That's what I say, bastards. Bastards. That's what Greg Hallett was saying. They're bastards. Bastards is bastards. And he's another king with me. We were fighting to be the crown of the king of England and Britain. Him, Jeff Foley, and the woman Windsor, Emily Windsor from America. She was going for it too. Her, me, Greg Hallett, and Jeff Foley. I had all the photos there. I had everything on my website from 2009 and 2006 to 2010. 4 years, Facebook got rid of, because it had too much graphic stuff. It's still got graphic stuff now, but when you look at my website, mowaipowerhouse.world, see how many videos they've taken out, right? But the documents are still there. They can't take those out. They're still there in the documents. I can make another video like this of the video that they've taken out. I just read and make another video, and it'll be back where it was. Okay? I'm glad that all the ones I did was the world spinning around and explaining how it works as a motor, DC electric motor, gas, DC electric gas, magnetic motor, generator, battery, all in one. That's the world. That's how it works. If you know how that works, you went to a higher school of intelligence. If you're still a researcher, you're still in Primer 1. That's why I say, you fucking dumb lot of bastards. That's all bastards from England. Yeah? Germans went there, parked themselves over there, borrowed the Westminster, their land, put up City of London with the Rothschilds and the Vatican, Catholics, put up Vatican City, and away they went and screwed England with a wrecking yard there on all the countries in the world. Now they're going to the pack. They're going to the pack. There's nothing now, because they've only got shrapnel left of a crypto shrapnel in their shares. Our shares are £10 a share, 2 bar pound note shares, and that's a B share, £10, and an A share, £1,000. That's it. And I'm expecting to install hydrogen in your trucks, all your big trucks, and cars, motorbikes, trains, boats, outboards, everything that's got pistons in it, and jet engines to run on hydrogen. And you'll be better off on a naturally aspirated engine, and that'll keep it going for years. The old ones, not the new ones, because they're all electric. They wanted electric, so to control it, we're going to ban them. We're going to ban electric vehicles, trucks, out of the way, and only hydrogen going to be running off water for free. Okay? That's the shareholders get a dividend every week from what I'm going to recover from Eddie Mitchell, and with everybody else I'm going to stick them in. And I've got about 20 invoices, Cook Street downtown, that one, all those properties I got, they're going to lose them, because I warned them before. I warned Baileys they're going to lose their business for selling Cook Street. I'm warning you. I gave you the documents in a book bound up. I still got it. And you're going to get billed with a mortgage on your head you can't get out of. Okay? You're behind the thuggery too. You and White's that sold Loddon Point Motel with my ancestors' grave underneath it. You built right over the top of my gravesite as if it didn't matter. Well, I'm going to do the same with you and those people on land. You get your money back from the government, because I want it back. I had projects there from Auckland with the power and the hydrogen to go there with the turbine. Okay, they're still going ahead. The plans of Mohi Manukau and me in the Kaipara. I'm not going to put that one up over there because they upset me, right? And Mohi, the worst one's Ngāti Whātua, O Kaipara, or was Ki Kaipara before. Now they've changed the underpants and changed the name to Ngāti Whātua O Kaipara. You know what? Those are the same mischief Pākehās that got rid of me in Mohi Manukau, and not anymore, because they've got the semiconductor Manukau name on your computer. Hey? Everything that's made in Taiwan is Mohi Manukau's family there. Okay? That's how it works. It's got, yeah, I've got a semiconductor money's currency as well. That's all your computers in the world with that technology and that part made in Taiwan. It takes hours to make the chip, very small, and America got the patent rights for the technology, but Taiwan puts it together. Okay, there's other countries that put it together, but not as efficient as Taiwan, because they are patient people to put little chips together with a lot of their memory, and I'm going to use their technology, semiconductors, for the magnet, not for computers. I don't need computers. You don't need a computer in that spaceship. It don't need it because it follows the lines of fields. Okay, it doesn't. You can use it, use that and the magnets to shift it around. Right, shift it around left, right, and I've got that all sorted. No computer needed. Here, right there. You're still school kids. All you people in Parliament and in your governments and in the federal government in America won't answer me. They won't answer me. And even Kennedy, John Neely Kennedy, and Jasmine Crockett, the attorney generals, they won't answer me. I wrote to them that I've got a flag here that'll help them get around the world quicker. And with that in mind, because their flag has to bow down at every port they go to, because they haven't got a free passage flag like what we got. Because I put it on a ship. I've got a cruise ship ordered, 40 million for a cruise ship that takes 2,100 people. And that's our workers, the divers, the builders, and all the technicians, the mechanics, and all the people, the cooks, the preparers of food, and all that sort of thing. And they live on the ship like it's a cruise ship that's for millionaires. Okay? That's what I want the best for the workers because they deserve somewhere nice to stay. Okay? It's all ready to pick up. Two of them, one for the South Island, one for the North Island, and another one for Vanuatu, and one for Philippines. Hey, I'll just buy them and put them there. Just stick them there so we can land on the roof with a helicopter, big one. Okay, so that's me saying things out loud because I'm not afraid to say it. It's for the people. Okay, I'm here for the people to save them from getting taken over by another foreign government. Okay, you can't do that in law. In international law, you can't take another government's over with another government's law. And I'm using the highest law in the world, the King's law, the King's flag, and the King's jurisdiction and his law. The King William III law and King William IV law, but not the German law so much, but King William III. Mortgage law, bank law, and trading law. Okay, there. That gets you in knots because you can't get anywhere with a German flag because there ain't one. Okay, there ain't one that can do a mortgage. I'm just telling you, up at Waitani, you've got a lot to learn. You've got 50 years to catch me up. Okay, I've been watching what people does, and all the mischief ones have gone away. They've disappeared, magically disappeared. Okay, that's why I'm writing things up, disclosing them. All you people hide your things away. That's why I never go anywhere. I'll keep repeating myself because it will never go away from my head. Okay, it's still there. Now, a little boy in Philippines, I'm going to teach him everything in my head. Right? He's a Filipino, that's poor as hell because the bloody thug British plundered their blooming country, still doing, and taking all the minerals. It's got oil, minerals, everything in those biggest islands in the world. The most amount of islands in the world is in the Philippines. It's got minerals, gold, everything there, and they're taking it for themselves. Well, you're getting the bill, just like how you're going to put your crypto bill on people for your late tax, and you're going to pay tax because I'm putting the bill through the invoice company in London. It's going over. I'll just write it out in the trillions, and you're going to pay it. If you don't, seize your properties. But it works like that. If Richard can do it, he'll keep doing it because he'll be fully employed, and I'll take on people that are very good at doing things. I want divers that are ticketed to marine divers from Vanuatu because I'd rather have them because they can work. They can do anything you tell them, and they've got a lovely heart. And the people in the Philippines got a lovely heart too. I don't want someone who knows too much because they'll just want to get something and get out. Right? We're opportunists. They're opportunists, come and go. They go and wait for the spin, wait for the thing to go up and down like a yo-yo on a stock market. We don't have stock markets. We banned them. A ban. I told a robot, no stock market, because that's for gamblers, losers and winners. Losers lose all the time. The winners make money out of the losers. They designed it that way. I don't design. I design for the people, God's people, right? These people, the people who want their own independence and their own piece of land and house and everything, and not get it taken off and controlled. Okay, so that's enough. That's enough. I'm good. Tired. In the video, what's the time now? 17:14, 5 o'clock, 40 minutes past 5, and this has gone on for 1 hour and 2 minutes. So that's long enough. It's getting longer and longer. It should be getting shorter and shorter, but it's not. I'm just going to rattle on and on and on because there's nothing else to talk about. Okay, I can't talk about crayfish because I'm watching them every day. I'm going to get my crayfish down there in Wellington. I'll go there with Marie. As I said, I want a crayfish from her. Nothing. Not for Komatua. No crayfish. No spear ones. No. I'll go and get the bloody thing myself. I'll get down under the water. Watch. I'll make videos with a GoPro of the big crayfish. And I'll get one of those sticks. That one you can poke the crayfish. He walks out and boom. And he's stunned. And you just pick him up. See? That's what I saw. I saw that for sale. Chinese selling that little gadget. You poke it in like a stick, and then you touch it, and he come out, walk out, and then when he gets right on the clear, you just switch the button on or something, and it shocks it, and then he can't move, and you just pick him up. Yeah, beauty idea. Yeah. Sadly struggling though. We used to go grab like that, then all our legs are flying, and your hand getting bloody, everything. The glove, you cut the glove up, especially the kinner. It's not safe with any glove with a kinner. I had the pigskin ones. They still rip the pigskin glove because they're the best. They're solid. They last longer. But the kinner always wins. It just rips it, and next minute you've got a bite in your finger. That's it. So I'm watching Maria down Wellington. She got ripped up by the Chinese. Sent her a whole bunch of stuff with a sword, and it was made of foam and bent like this. She threw it in the rubbish, and a few other things. Yeah. See, they both got had by Chinese. You see, anything to make money and looks good. It was a Maori taiha. It was a taiha, and it had eyes in it. She said those are Maori things, the eyes, so them here powers. So they got the powers, cut it out and make eyes, put it on the thing, and when she went like this, bent it, it bent like a rubber, and that was foam. She packed it up and threw it in the rubbish. Yeah, poor thing. Never mind, that's what you get. And from gimmicks from China, they'll sell anything. And anyway, I've got some things I want to get from there as well. I've got them all lined up like I did in 2012, and I can't wait to get everything up and running so that things will start moving for the people. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.